guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X-2. Last time, we made our way to the final save point in this cave. Yeah, it's just called a cave. And I decided to take a little bit of a week off just to get your kind of opinion on a few things. And in doing so, I came up with a couple of things on my own that I also wanted to talk about that I hadn't really gone into yet now that I've had a chance to go and edit everything, since most of the episodes recorded before doing too much editing. I always record the first episode, edit it, and then record a couple more just to kind of get into the game, because my energy for the start of an LP is always really, really high. Just want to get into it and start going. Anyway. Now that we have access to a number of different job classes, I kind of want to go over basically all the different stat changes you get out of basically switching jobs. Now, your stats do grow over the course of the game, and there's are like stat charts on GameFAQs if you're interested in seeing how much, individual stats are going to go up based on level, based on job class, blah, blah, blah. For the most part, they do exactly what you think they do. A thief, as you can see, has 57 agility here, where the warrior only has 48, or a songstress is actually relatively fast. And the black mage is also, is relatively slow, kind of like the warrior there. But, certain stats are going to go up. Higher magic defense, higher magic attack on a mage, higher physical attack, physical defense on a warrior. There also does affect the... it's not directly tied to agility, but certain classes have a shorter ATB bar than other classes. Notably, the Thief has a really short one, while the Warriors is kind of average. There are other ones we'll get later on that will be even larger than the Warriors, so you have to wait even longer to get your turn. They do this in a way of trying to balance out the different job classes, and to a limited degree, it seems to work. So basically, that's how that goes. As far as abilities go, I haven't really been showing things off too much, but we are working on Sentinel with both Yuna and Riku so that we can level that up, because that will unlock SOS Protect. Now, the way it works is certain abilities will unlock certain other abilities on the chart. I believe you need to unlock Magic Break in order to get Mental Break, and Power Break, which is automatically learned, in order to get Armor Break. Now, it's not always obvious, like having to learn Sentinel in order to get SOS Protect. For the most part, if you're interested in specific abilities for a job class, I would consult a walkthrough, to be quite honest, and just look at, what is required in order to get what skills. Because there are a lot of skills that really don't help all that much. We saw this ability, which is called Assault in this game. I think it was called, Mad Rush in Final Fantasy VIII, that gave you Berserk, Hell, Haste, Shell, did I say Hell? Whatever. And Protect on the party. Basically, it's useful, but you lose all control. So, I'm not sure. I think I remember reading that the Berserk from this ability cannot be, destroyed or negated by an accessory, such as, I believe I had one on you a little while ago, if I can find it. Yeah, like something like that. I don't think that works. I'm not 100% sure on that. But basically, that's how she goes. As far as what I'm particularly doing, elemental damage early on and even later on isn't particularly important. There are very few enemies where you really need to worry about elemental damage. So I'm going to stick with the break abilities. But that's not all I'll be doing. Actually, as far as Warrior goes, that's mostly what I work on. Sentinel, SOS Protect for later on, and then the different break abilities, and that's pretty much all Warrior really needs to work on the way I have things set up. Now, if you're playing vanilla Final Fantasy X-2, not the HD version, I would highly recommend you work on Gunner, and you already have Trigger Happy learned. Here you get Trigger Happy level 2. Over here, once you've unlocked all this, you'll get Trigger Happy level 3. I would recommend working on all of those if you're playing vanilla. If you're not playing vanilla, Most of the things that the gunner can do can also be done by other job classes. It doesn't really have too many unique aspects other than the ranged attack, but again, there are other job classes that do have ranged attacks. So with that being said, there are 2 job classes for each character that I would recommend that you work on if you, say, want to work on everything or if you want to unlock the most abilities. For Pain, that would be Black Mage. Now, I don't recommend Black Mage. As I've said before, I'm not going to really use it because it doesn't really offer me anything that I need. But if you want to have the most abilities possible later on, Black Mage for Pain, and a job class we're about to get for Riku, and we'll talk about that in a moment. And for Yuna, it would be Warrior. There are 1 additional class for each of them that you'll want to work on, but we don't have those job classes yet, so I won't go into it. And because people were asking for it, I will be showing off at least the transformations to all the other job classes, probably in some kind of a showcase way later in the game once we have all the different job classes. But for now, let's just stick with what we have. I'll go over my equipment real quick. Physical damage, HP, protection against fire, physical damage, HP, and most importantly, having black magic for whatever it is. Hey, talk to that thing. For ice damage. Because we're gonna want that. I'm not going to tell you why.
Fiends appear.
Why are you rhyming? Hello!
A trial.
Here we have the Flame Dragon, and if I haven't mentioned it, yeah, Yuna has, okay, he's got 2 different attacks. Flame Breath, which will hit in an arc in front of him, and deals fire damage. One reason why I have the fire ring on. He has way... There we go. He has way... Come on. Come on. I was trying to get the thing to go on there. So he has less physical defense than magic defense, so you're going to want to go for magic attacks most of the time. If I could find the right ability. Because you'll do a little bit more damage. His normal attack isn't really anything to worry about. There we go. That's the chain I was trying to go for.
Gotcha.
But yeah, not too difficult. He has 980 HP, weak to ice, has fire damage, immune to gravity. Anything you can steal from him will be a high potion in various amounts. He has 2 basic attacks, his normal attack, which we saw, and Fire Breath, which we saw. You can, I think, use a move command with certain job classes to get behind him so that he can't target everyone. It's not necessary here. If he oversouls, and again, I'll talk about this more when it becomes more appropriate.
One more for the goings!
Then he'll have another ability called Bruiser Tail, which will hit all your party members, dealing 3/8 of their maximum HP and inflicting strong delay. He also has like double the HP. So he gets really, really powerful. The thing is, in order to get Oversoul, you need to kill additional dragons, which we haven't really been able to do yet. I believe it's possible if you go to another area first, but okay, we'll fight one of these guys. Yeah, as far as boss fights go, not really all that difficult so far. But yeah, these guys have higher physical defense, so you may want to use...
Does that hurt?
Something magical based against them, but it's unnecessary, so there's that. And free healing. And now that we've done that, we can get the hell out of here. Yeah, it's not necessarily a long area. And I can't remember if I've talked about all these enemies since it's been a week, but there's SOS Protect. Perfect. Now, SOS Protect is required in order to unlock all of the abilities on what I consider to be the ultimate job class. So
We sure did.
Make sure you work on that.
Let's take a look.
Let's watch the Sphere. Which was White Mage job class, by the way, which is the one that you'll want to work on with Riku. I'm going to work on White Mage with all 3 of the girls at the same time. This may not seem like a good idea to you, because the White Mage does not have a normal attack. We get Besaid Sphere as a key item.
This it?
Nah, afraid not.
Yeah, not particularly useful, that one.
So, what sphere were you looking for?
Well, it's a sphere of our parents. Chapu said he found it.
Chapu? Oh, your brother!
He was a crusader. Now he's gone on to the far plane.
They like repeating stuff we
Singh
already
got
know.
our parents not long after Chapu was born. We were both too young to remember their faces, you know? When we were kids, we got into a fight one time, and Chapu said, "I found a sphere with Mom and Dad in it, but I'm not telling you where it is."
And you never asked him?
I was too boneheaded to let my little brother win. So I went on without asking until I just forgot about it. Then yesterday, talking with you made me think about it again. Chapu used to play in this cave, so I thought maybe he found the sphere here, yeah? But when I came to look, I got to thinking.
About what?
See, I got this picture of my parents in my head, yeah? Like strong and kind. Whenever things got tough, those are the parents I imagined. But their real faces might be totally different, yeah? I think about that, and I'm not so sure I really want to know. I was sitting there trying to figure out what to do, and then you guys showed up.
Oh, that's our Wakka.
That'd be me, too.
The sphere might still be somewhere on the island. Should we look for it?
Nah, that's all right. I'm through worrying about that stuff. What's past is past, yeah? Can't let it get to me. I'm going to be a father soon. Gotta pull it together.
That's right, Dad.
Huh. But, just how am I supposed to pull it together? Sure wish I had something to go by, you know?
That's depressing. No, that's not played for comedy, Riku. Stop that.
You read me? You guys about finished down there? Brother's starting to get on my nerves.
Throw him
Yeah,
overboard?
we'll be back soon.
Please? Somebody throw him overboard. Oh, brother, you're so annoying. And for doing this, we get the Protection Halo Garment Grid, which I don't remember if I ever use. I don't use very many of the garment grids in this game, so, yeah, there's that. Alright, now that we've completed Besaid, the order that I've gone about things, I should have exactly 9% of the story completion. Which means, let's go double check to make sure I haven't screwed anything up yet. Where am I at here? So I was doing, I think, between... Yeah, so I want to save over that one. I'm trying to remember what things I was saving on. So yeah, 9% exactly. That's exactly where we should be, which means we have not missed anything so far. Now, the really annoying part is you can have a perfect percentage for that point, but missed a key point that doesn't give you a percentage, but unlocks something later on that does. Yeah. This game hates me. Yeah, they really go into a little bit more depth about kind of Wakka's past and kind of the, not really the depression, but the melancholy you would have to experience to, you know, look back and, you know, have this image of your parents, but never having really met them or not being able to remember them. It's depressing, but it's melancholy, but at the same time, you can see how strong these characters are to have been able to grow up, even though Wakka's kind of a buffoon, to, you know, grow up to be successful adults to an extent, because of what they're all like 18, 20 or something like that. You know, young adults. But anyway, there's usually a line from both No, not Riku and Pain together. Riku and Pain after pretty much every plot situation. So there's that. Yeah, you want to go to Xanarkand? We're not going to Xanarkand. We're going to Mihan. Now, the order you do things in doesn't really matter, but
The Mihan Highroad, where Crusaders once marched toward battle with Sin.
It's
while
up to you.
travelers fled from its shadow.
It's up to you either way,
I
which
walked
order you
this
do
road
things.
too, on my pilgrimage to Xanarkand.
You were wearing more clothes then.
And you walked by my side. It was a journey filled with laughter.
One of the things about the voice acting in this game that I like is that the compression effects that they had, like in Final Fantasy X, really aren't here all that much. So it's not the same issue. Sure. Once upon a time, Chocobo was the only way to travel. Chocobo hunting fiends, increase of Machina. Now more travelers are turning to hovers to transport themselves. Chocobos gradually became a rare sight. Alright. So the hovers are safer and don't have to worry about chocobo eaters or anything like that. Now, give me 1 sec to pull up this part of the guide. Okay, so I pulled up the guide to get the amount of treasures that are around here and the PR guide so that I could check out who I'm supposed to talk to. No, we don't need to ride the hover. Again, you do want to come in here with your via airship first, as opposed to walking in from Luca or something like that. And I have not pulled up a list of enemies for this area. If you're having trouble with the Flame Dragon, you can also use the Darkness Dance from the Songstress to inflict darkness on them. I believe that also affects the Oversoul variant, and you could use it to help you through fighting against the Bruiser Tail, which is that ability that hits everyone and reduces your HP by 3/8 of your max. There are Garudas around here. They have relatively high HP, but the enemies around here are nice because they give good experience. That's not how you do that, Yuna. You should face the treasure chest. Sometimes there's treasure chests up here. One thing about this is as we go from chapter to chapter, the treasure chests will actually change locations. There'll be maybe less or more treasure chests in an area, but more importantly, they might be in a different spot, and so just going to the same place as you did the first time around is not necessarily not necessarily going to make things, super easy. So anyway, let's check our abilities here, make sure we're not working on something stupid. Yeah. So you can work on armor break. You can work on magic break. And, well, I wasted a whole bunch of time on that. Shouldn't have been doing that, but oh well. Should have done that earlier, but, forgetful things. Alright, so, since we're right by a save point anyway, make sure we heal up. We're just going to head through
Yuna, Marimas.
this area, and there we go. Fast forward. Speed through some of these repeat fights here. I will start cutting the battles out as we go on. Once I find an enemy that I want to cut out there, then I will do so, and I'll pull up the list of all of the different things around here. So let's talk to some people. Almost nobody walks anymore. Guess the Sentry Machina aren't really needed anymore, but at least they work. Okay. Designed to exterminate fiends on the high road. Thing is, there was a mishap once where they mistook a passerby for a fiend and attacked. Well, that's no good. Alright, so there's 2 ladies here. The lady in blue. Are you in blue? You're in blue. Let's see. For you, we want to do the first one. And for matchmaking, we also want to do the first one. And for you, we want to do... my brain's not working. There we go. We want to do 2 and 5. So there we go. There's that. I don't think we can talk to the statue for dialogue anymore. Okay, we figured all that out. Let's see. I don't think you can talk to any of those guys. So yeah, 14 treasure chests along the path here. We should be able to collect them all.
Yuna, marimas.
Alright, so we got a plant dude here. So, wild wolf. Which, even though... Oh, there it is. It's at the bottom. I forgot to write it down. Let's see. 185 HP, 740 if they're oversold. And nothing particularly interesting about them. The plant guy has 196 HP, 784 if they oversold. Weak to fire, which is obvious. It's not going to remain obvious for a long time, so don't expect it to. Iron Giants are here. Iron Giants have huge defense, but they don't have a lot of HP. Iron Giants only have 222 HP, and only 233 if they oversoul. If they oversoul, you should be able to take them out relatively easily, because they don't have much more HP. They will have more defense, though, so kind of be aware of that. But they do give quite a bit more experience that way. And those Garuda-like enemies are called Shantak? I don't know. They have 1130 HP and 1187 if they oversoul, which is weird because some enemies have like 5 times the amount of HP when they oversoul. But he gives a high amount of experience regardless.
Yuna, marimas.
Yeah, this guy. So yeah, this guy will give you lots of experience and lots of money, so it's a good idea to fight these guys when you come here. That's one of the reasons why I'm recommending coming to the Mihen Highroad now, because we do need some experience, so before we kind of do too much more, because I would like to get another ability or another job class, but I can't do that unless I gain a couple of levels so that I can actually survive. Do remember to check back here sometimes, because sometimes there'll be an item back here, but not always. Okay, fighting more of those guys. Do keep an eye on the abilities that you're learning at this point, because we do want to make sure we're not wasting too much of our AP. And yes, the Flan guy here, the Flan guy has 188 HP, 851 if it oversouls, and this one is logical, it is weak to fire. In fact, the only enemies here that are weak to anything are weak to fire. So if you're going to cast spells, make it fire. Don't make it rain, unless it's raining fire. Okay, now that we have access to the White Mage job class, if we go and select White Magic, we can use any White Magic we have learned in the field, and it automatically changes your job class to account for this. So we can heal without having to change job classes. We just select White Magic from the menu, which is a very nice touch, and I really appreciate that they put that in there. What do you have to say? You haven't seen somebody walk down in a while? You lost your wallet. Okay, and you have nothing else to say. Let's see, publicity, I've got the wrong guide up. That is the right one. Guy standing there should be the third option? Yeah. Alright, third item. A circlet. Just making notes as I go, because trying to remember where all the treasure chests are, like in a normal RPG where you're going through from place to place and you find the items all along the way, and you end up remembering where those items are. You can't really do that because, like I said, they move around. The Iron Giant usually has an ability that can reduce you down to like 1 or half HP or something like that, so be very careful around them. Make sure you have the ability to heal, use potions if you have to. Budget grenades really don't matter. I got the next screen. Cool. And over here we have somebody else. What are you doing over here? Yeah, that happened in the last game. Anything else? No. Some people still don't trust the Elbed, while others seem to. You don't do any PR stuff, so I'm not worried about you. Let's get our fourth treasure. And some antidotes. Speaking of which, let's go into here and take a quick look here at what I'm equipping. Alright, so the tiara, or no, the circlet, gives us magic and defense by 10. If you're interested in that, I really don't care at the moment. Silver bracer, did we get that? I think we got that around here. If not, we already had it. I can't remember. Additional MP if you care. What else can... You know what? You're getting that anyway, because I have nothing really better to equip on you. And you... can have protection against those things. Sure, why not? Okay. Finish off a few more of those battles, and we should be able to head all the way down to the next screen. Well, we almost made it there. Would like to get to our halfway point. Yeah, these guys are still on patrol around here. What are you up to over here? Now, the reason why I'm specifically talking to everybody before doing the PR thing is, one, to give us a little more kind of background on what's changed in Spira, but the other part is, I think you're supposed to do this to help trigger events later on in Chapter 4, so just go and talk to everybody as you're doing your PR campaign through here. We would have a real mess, wouldn't we? Alright, so you should be 4. Yes. And 2. There we go. Get the treasure chest. There we go. Okay. Another check mark on the list there. At least the battles are relatively quick. It's always nice when you're not bogged down by a 3-minute battle as you're running through an area. And feel free to use your white magic in order to heal as you're going through the area. You'll probably end up needing it. Alright, let's sneak in here, because in here we've got somebody else to talk to. What are you doing? See if we can synchronize the Machina. Don't tell anyone you've seen this. Okay, you're just gonna repeat yourself. Okay, do you do anything? Nobody else over there. Okay, treasure. Potions! Woot. And over here, we got more treasure. Yeah, there's no storyline reason or percentage completion to come through here. You get an iron bangle, which is quite nice, but there's no reason to come through the high road there for storyline reasons, other than just to collect the items, so, or, you know, to level up.
Hi there.
And, we do have a new enemy here. Dive Beak, the most useless enemy in the entire area because it gives, I think, like 10 experience. It also has only 10 HP. 72 if it oversouls. Whoa! Getting real difficult here. He does have high evade, as you might expect, but as long as you hit him once, he's toast. Basically, early on in the game, it's hold down X button until you win. Sad to say. But, do we have anything trapped in here? No. Okay. There should be one other guy around here, I believe. Okay. This is the guy I was looking for. He's over here. Over here, we got one more person to talk to. That's too bad, ain't it? What? This guy must be on break, because he does not really like me. Answer number 2 there, and I don't believe there are any treasures over there. Okay, which means the long run. And after that battle, we learned all of our different break abilities, so now we're working on another break ability because why not? There we go. So we made it to the inn. That's the important bit. We'll talk to a couple people, and then I think we'll call her a day. What are you up to? Programming the Machina, huh? I don't think you, yeah, so you don't do the PR thing, so that's fine. Alright, so let's go over here, because I know somebody over here does, and we get more treasure. Eye drops. Feels empty without chocobos. Poetry in motion, huh? Alright, for you, should be the first option. Yeah. Alright, and now we can head on inside here. One interesting note is pretty much all the shops throughout Spira will all sell slightly different gear. So kind of be aware of that. It's creepy. Okay, then. Oops. I skipped over that. I have no idea. Yeah, it was something about you prefer Machina or Chocobos or something like that. Alright, so the guy seated on the right, you have option 3, and you have option 2, and then option 4. What's for sale? We don't need any of these. We get plenty of these after battle. You can buy iron bangles if you need them, or silver bracers. Gauntlets and tiaras I would not recommend. They are definitely not worth the money. But I do want to equip that other iron bangle that I got, or bangle, or whatever it is, because that would be better than some of this other stuff I've got. HP I find is a really good accessory to have on for most of the game, because the amount of HP we get by default really isn't high enough for the most part. So anyway, got iron bangles on everyone, and then something to increase our damage or something to protect against stuff. I'll give you that, sure. A little more magic defense. But anyway, that's pretty much all the time we have for today. Next time we will continue through the high road. Make sure we get all the items. Double check back here. Okay, there's nothing back here. Okay, good. And yeah, we will try and get some more treasure and show off the, what is it? We have 2 new enemies on the route that I haven't shown off so far. So yeah, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.